Okay, so I'm going to call this Mrs. Keeler's Problem of the Week. And what I was asked is, why is the seahorse vertebrae or spine or spinal column, tail specifically, so much stronger than other things? And what Mrs. Keeler has told me was it has to do with the fact that a seahorse has a square vertebrae, while a lot of things don't have square vertebrae. And so I thought about it and tried to come up with a solution to why that is going on. And so I came up with the following ideas. So here I have two spinal columns, if you will. I have one. They're both actually initially toilet paper towel or toilet paper rolls. One I've left circular. The other I flattened this way, and then I flattened this way to make it squared off a little bit. So we have a round and a square. Now, I've guaranteed that both have the same surface area because they're the same size toilet paper rolls. And so my first inclination was to say, why would one be stronger based on surface area? Because everybody's spine's slightly different size. But here I can prove it using the exact same surface area material. So I got to thinking about the whole idea of the seahorse tail's job is to wrap around a twig or something so that as the currents come and try and pull him along, he stays nice and taut. So that brought up the idea of reticulation. If you consider your spine as a couple of guys like this, if you bend over, if you bend, let's say my fingers this way is forward, if you bend forward, there's naturally going to be a gap that increases on the back side of your spine. As that you get closer here, you get further away back here by my knuckles. Okay? And so if a seahorse is going to be able to use his tail to grip things, he's got to be able to manipulate these guys in that kind of a fashion. So I immediately started thinking about the nature of the bend more than the actual surface area of the spinal pieces themselves. These guys, when I lay them down now, you can see that I have taken and cut so that this can do just what I'm talking about. As this guy tries to grip around, it's going to open up. If this guy tries to grip around, it opens up a little bit. Sorry, that's the bell in my school. And so if I do this, you can see both open up nice and easy. Both are capable of nice big bends. So they could both, you could see both of them wrapping around a twig or a grass plant or whatever they have available to hold on to. So where does this whole difference in surface area? She said that the article she read talked about surface area. And so where does the surface area difference come in if these guys have the exact same surface area? And it really comes in then at the bend. And so when I look at this guy, I took this and I cut along 3 of the sides like this, and then that's what allows me to bend. It creates a natural hinge. So when I do that, okay, so there's my hinge. And I made this so I could bend it really far back. I can actually bend that all the way back and it still stay nice and connected. There's strength in that because you've got a lot of connection there. So there, right there is your surface area that's between the two vertebrae as it's trying to bend. That's the important thing. Now, I took the round one and I cut him back a little bit, and I tried to, and he wouldn't open. And I cut more, and he wouldn't open. And I cut more, and by the time I got it so that it could open to the same kinds of angles, I had gotten this. And so if you look at that, on the square one, I've got this entire distance here. On the round one, I've got this short little distance. And so there is where we can see that surface area difference that could explain why the seahorse tail is so much stronger than other things. And it has to do, and why that square vertebrae allows for that, because you've got more area to connect along one of these sides than you would if you were trying to pull a circular column like so. And so that is the solution I came up with. Now, I am not an expert in physiology. I am not an expert in anything biological. So, that's a physics guy trying to explain something biological, which almost never turns out well. But at least that is something that you can go on and describe or use to help you understand why the seahorse tail is so strong and how surface area works into that. We'll talk to you later.